out in the old garage today with a couple of projects on, which will be obviously the frame, getting this. Hang on, let's get her right. Let's have a look. So we got the old frame here. I just got to do a little. Well, I just basically got to masking this off and mask this off, and yeah, just I want to get this cleaned up a little bit too, so that I can, yeah, when it's all sprayed and done, just whack some grease on it and get her all back together. But in the background here, got some old stuff. This board here was when I was doing the 1992, so that was from like the British Championship and literally my last year. So yeah, cool stuff, cool memorabilia. And then here we got some parts that are going to need cleaning up. And then down, where are we? Right here. These are the colours we're going to be working with. So first this, then this, then this, because this is kind of like a candy kind of color. So it's like a color and a lacquer kind of mixed together with some like iridium stuff in there, and then obviously a high gloss top coat. And then down here we have a down there hiding. Just get it out. Here we have the old matte black, which I can actually put some of that shiny stuff on the lacquer if I want to. It depends on the vibe I'm getting. Is then for the oh yeah, the flashy flickering lights, because I'm on a different setting to UK. Anyway, here she is. That's the first coat. Still a little bit tacky. Everything's done here now. So chain's been cleaned in petrol, and then basically cleaned with fairy liquid and a nail brush. All the rollers and the sides. Then I put it in the grill. Heated it up for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, get it a nice baking hot. Then I sprayed it with WD-40. All the bearings and the headset race here has been all cleaned and prepped. As of the cogs on the derailleur, put a little bit of copper grease on them. Then, you know, obviously just cleaned up all like the little bits and bobs. Cleaned the bolts in there. The seat post clamp. What else? Oh yeah, I've got to do the not the derailleur, the cassette on that. I forgot to do that. So there we have it. That's where we're at today. Yeah, it's raining outside, so the air is kind of moist. I was hoping it was going to be sunny and the conservatory was going to be nice and hot, so I could kind of bake it in there. Because I guess I hear that it takes, you know, a few days for the, you know, the spray paint to really dry out and cure. And if you don't actually let it dry fully before you put on the next coat, then it just comes off easily. But yeah, you can see in the background my old racing lids. So here, this is from 19... When was this from? Well, it's basically my comeback helmet after I broke my leg. So I think Ghostbusters 2 came out at the same time and they were like, we're back. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to put that on the back. But trick helmet. This is beautiful. This is when custom... Oh, I can't get it down because everything will fall. But this is when custom helmets were like all the deal. I mean, they still are, but... And then this was my first attempt myself. But when I think, who was that? Kudrowski's helmet, I believe I copied. I think it was Kudrowski's helmet. Might have been LaRocco's actually, but yeah, I mean, I'm not very good at art, so the riches on the back wasn't too good, but yeah. So yeah, so that's where we're at, and I will try and get some more video done tomorrow for the next spray installment. Hope you guys are doing good. We are then for day 2, out spraying the frame, as you can see in the background. We've got her all ready. I'm going to probably give her a little dry sand now with about 600, 800 grit, because you get, hang on, let's flip it around here. because you get overspray, and so when you feel it, it's kind of rough. So I'm just going to hit up these main tubes here and here just to take off this overspray, and then we're going to hit her up. So let's get a bit more light in here. There we go. Yeah, then we're going to hit her up with the next coats. So just for a recap, that's this one, and then I actually baked it in front of the oven, not the oven, sorry, the fire last night. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand her, bake her in front of the fire, get the frame nice and hot. Then I'm going to apply this one, and then whack her back in front of the fire again, bake her up again, and then do another little pre-sand, and then hit her up with this, which is that kind of flip-floppy kind of color I was telling you about. And then we'll let whack in front of the fire again, let her bake again for I don't know however long, and then tomorrow we'll do the gloss. Yeah, I'm just figuring out what I'm going to do with the forks. I forgot to show you the cranks yesterday, which I'd all cleaned up, so they're ready to go on when needs be. And yeah, I think I might have to go over to Halford's in a bit and get a tool to remove this cassette, because also I want to see what kind of, because there's so much, obviously I'm not running Hope or any of the big boys, and obviously the engagement is, look how long it takes to engage. I mean, that's just no good. I need something that's a little bit more on it. And also I heard that the drag too on the, obviously the more expensive ones, you get less drag, which would definitely help for like manualing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's get on with it. But look at all that there. That's all overspray that I've that I've swept up from the floor. Here we are then. She's all coated up. The second base color now. Again, this is all the powder that's left over from the spray. Let me just quickly get her in focus. So to be quite honest, okay, so yeah, so to be quite honest, I really don't rate this Montana spray paint. There's been some kind of reaction between two of the coats. It was kind of calm, like a snake skin. The colors aren't accurate, and yeah, I just don't like the quality of it at all. So Montana spray paints, I do not rate them. This is the second time I've used them now. I used the gold metallic on my showy helmet, and that didn't come out very good, and it's fading, doesn't look like gold anymore. So just to let you know, if you're going to be using Montana gold, you know, I've used it twice now, and I'm not very on board with it. Just the fact that, like I said, you get all this like heavy dust after. It looks awesome for graffitiing, but maybe spraying bike frames and all that, I don't know, maybe I've done something wrong. I don't know. I've been spraying on and off now for 30, at least 30 plus years, maybe more than 30 years. So yeah, maybe I have to look for a new brand, or I don't know. But yeah, just want to give you guys a little heads up on that one. Okay then, so day 3 of spraying the frame. I'm going to take back a couple of things I said yesterday about the Montana spray. Basically, the kind of snakeskin effect that I was talking about yesterday has kind of subsided a little bit. There's a tiny little bit left, but that's kind of bedded in a little bit better. Still not happy on the color, still not happy on the coverage, but I'll just show you where we are at this point. Yep, so this is basically where we're at. I mean, I've got light on her right now, so if we just take the light off her, there we are at. No, this is just a banks light I've put here for when I'm spraying her. We're going to crack on with the varnish now, the lacquer, the top coat. bake her up, and then yeah, we're finished. Like I say, after this last night, I baked her up, and yeah, it seems to have pulled out some of those, or most of those kind of snakeskin things. We have the finished frame. Quite a lovely high gloss finish. Now the sun's coming back out. So it's just going to change the lighting a little bit. Oh, the sun's in and out, so I'm just editing up the video for spraying the frame, and the lacquer has completely changed the color. So it's taken it. Oh, I'm going to change the light here. Hang on, it's just so we've had a complete change of color from the lacquer. So I would not use Montana again. Definitely would not use it again. Spraying the lacquer yesterday also was I would imagine like probably the first half of the can was okay, because you basically, when you're spraying, you kind of adjust the way that you spray depending on how much spray comes out. So after spraying a little bit with the can, when it was a brand new fresh can, I figured out like how far I had to be away for it, how quickly or slowly the speed that I had to move up and down the frame. And like I say, for like the first half of the can, yeah, it was pretty good. But after that pressure kind of reduced a little bit, I might even like push the cans in just to keep that pressure there. As of the delivery of the spray, it was so inconsistent. I managed to get, obviously I started on the main cross tube and downstay, because that's the main focal point, obviously, because it's the biggest space. And then obviously I moved to like the back, kind of what I call like the triangle. And then because the delivery of the lacquer wasn't very smooth, it just kind of like I got overspray, and obviously the color's completely different. But I'm going to show you on the monitor now the difference in color. Obviously you'll get some like probably flicker in and some weirdness, because obviously I'm filming a screen, but I just want to kind of show you the difference in color. So here you can see kind of the aqua color, which was kind of how I wanted it, but not really accurate to what was on the can. And then this is what I finished up with. So like a closer up. So this is after I applied the lacquer, comparing it to pre-lacquer. You know, that is obviously like a teal aqua. This is now more of a green. So yeah, I'm really not too sure what is going on. Hang on, light is changing. The only thing I can think of is that it's not a pure lacquer. There's maybe some like orange in the lacquer, or I don't know, but I mean the gloss finish is super cool, but what's the point if you put it on to protect your color and then it completely changes your color? So I'm a little bit obviously disappointed after all of the work that I put into that frame, but it still looks cool. But obviously the reason I wanted a teal color or aqua color is because I wanted to kind of like color match everything on my bike. But now I've got like this green, it's like it is what it is. But when you spend whatever I spent on 4 or 5 cans of paint to do that, and it doesn't really come out like that, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. I won't be using those colors again, because like I say, my helmet's downstairs now, but the gold, I re-looked at the gold on my showy helmet today, and yeah, it just kind of looks like a dirty bronze now. So yes, Montana, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to tag you obviously in these videos, so maybe you can give me some insight to what's going on. Maybe not. I will obviously do a little update once the bike is all built up. So I hope you guys are cool. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave any comments, any questions. Like, subscribe, share, all that malarkey if you think it's to any interest to yourself or to your friends or further interest. Take care, guys.